Welcome to Rapid Retro Reviews, where we go back in the day and play some old school bangers and failures. Get ready to whip your way through Dracula's castle as we're headed into the NES classic, Castlevania. Castlevania was released by Konami in 1987. The player takes control of the legendary vampire hunter Simon Belmont. Dracula has returned after being vanquished for 100 years by Simon's ancestors, and Simon must fight through Dracula's castle to defeat the evil vampire. The gameplay is really fun and unique. The game is a 2D platformer, but it plays pretty different from other games in this genre. Your primary weapon is a magic whip, which is used to defeat the various monsters in the game. Picking up power-ups will make the whip longer and more powerful. There are also secondary weapons that can be picked up, such as holy water, crosses, knives, and axes. These weapons use hearts as ammunition. Simon controls pretty well for the most part. He moves kind of slow and feels a little stiff sometimes, which you get used to. You can only swing the whip directly in front of you, which requires the player to time swings just right in order to land hits on enemies. To use the secondary weapons, you press up and B, which is kind of weird at first, but you get used to it and it works out really well. Collecting double or triple shot upgrades will allow you to use the weapons in groups of 2 or 3. Unlike other Konami games like Contra, you're given a health bar, and different enemies do different levels of damage. Eating a pork chop will recover about a third of your health. The pork chops are always hidden in the walls of the castle, so you have to do a little searching to find them. Why Simon eats these stale pork chops, I have no idea. He's probably going to have some explosive diarrhea after he's done with this quest. The graphics look really nice for an early NES game, and Konami yet again kills it with a banger of a soundtrack. If you've never played this game before, like myself, you need to be ready for a challenge. The game starts off fairly easy, and I was able to cruise through the first 3 areas pretty quickly. At this point, I figured I was going to cruise through the rest of the game. I had no idea what was coming my way. Area 4 turns up the difficulty quite a bit. The level isn't too bad until you get to the Frankenstein boss. Frankenstein just kind of moves around and doesn't really do much, but he has this hunchback minion that jumps around and throws projectiles at you. It's a complete pain in the ass, and you'll die fairly quickly. After a ton of attempts, I was able to get past him. Area 5. The whole level is pretty tough, but the final room is pure ass. You need to progress down this hallway with Medusa heads flying around while these armored knights throw axes at you. Making it down this hallway is really hard to begin with, but the best part is that the Grim Reaper boss is waiting for you at the end, and there's no pork chop to recover health. This boss is no joke. He constantly summons guided projectiles that hit for about a fourth of your health bar. Once you defeat the Grim Reaper, it's on to the final area. After heading through the clock tower full of hunchbacks and almost breaking my NES controller, I finally was ready to face Dracula. How hard could it possibly be? I shit you not, I must have died over 100 times. Dracula will teleport around and shoot projectiles at you. 4 hits and you're dead. The trick to defeating him is timing a jump over his fireballs and hitting him in the head. You have to do this 16 times. Once phase 1 is over, use holy water to freeze him temporarily and start whipping him in the face. After hours of raging and trying different strategies, I finally defeated Dracula, and it was so satisfying. Now you get to watch the final cutscene and end credits. For some reason, the end credits have parody names from the Dracula movies, like Christopher B instead of Christopher Lee. What? Why? My rating of Castlevania is a 9 out of 10 with a nasty seal of approval. The game looks and plays great, and although the game made my blood boil, it was very fun to play through. I actually played through a second time and had a better and much easier time since I had a better grip on the game. If you want a chill and relaxing game to play, then you're probably not going to have fun with this one. If you want your gaming skills put to the test and are looking for a challenge, then fire up your NES and give Castlevania a try. Thanks for watching this episode of Rapid Retro Reviews. If you enjoyed, please be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button to join the Nasty Nation. I'll see you guys on the next one.